must upload my full code to the upload link. I understand that. I'm recording a YouTube video demo showing this form on the screen and showing my explanation for made uh, code with each question, and I'll submit this form. Yes, I understand that. I understand if my YouTube video is longer than 15 minutes, I will have to verify my YouTube account. I understand that as well. I will put the chapter markers. I understand that if I do not do what I've asked, I lose the marks. I do understand that. I will read the assignment hand in the instruction before asking questions. I have checked that I have the latest version of Boost DLL. That do I do have. Now let's move on with the version control. I have been asked what is my Git username. This is my Git username along with the Git repo that I have committed my assignment to. Now I have been asked to paste the link of the documentation site on the GitHub web page and not just the GitHub repo. This is it. This is the GitHub. Let me show you here. Total number of commit by part 2 is 31. Let me show you. As you can see, I have 31 commits, that too in different period of times and not just in a day or two. Updated readme, that I have done. Let me show you my readme. So sorry. Let me just open it here. Here I have updated my readme. Now the use of the interfaces. Boose interfaces to be used for all class were operated. In my project I have used interface to keep the code simple and organized. Let me just show you. All Boose commands use the icode command interface, which means every command has the exact same execute method, so the interpreter can run any command in their same way. Also, commands are created using the icode command factory interface, so the interpreter does not create commands directly and only asks the factory for the correct commands. I also use the iCore canvas and the iCore output interface, so the drawing and the output are handled separately from the interpreted logic. So in this way, commands do not depend on their user interface directly. Okay, let's move on. Declared my own interface. I have not done that. I did not create an extra custom interface, but I did use the Boose interface properly to keep the code clean and easy to change. Let's further move with the further unit tests. It has asked whether the unit test for all classes. Yes, I have done that. Unit tests are all in separate classes. Yes, each classes have their corresponding test classes. I have that. And not all tests are in one file. Unit test is documented with XML comments. Yes, that also I have done it. Unit test run screen and passes, show them running. Let me show that. First of all, let me close this and let's go here. Test, run all my tests, and you can see here all of my 15 tests are passed. And let's just move on. With design patterns. Factory design pattern used for command generation, so it in your code. Single design pattern used for classes which only have one object, so it's in your clause. And additional design patterns, which I have not done. Let me show you the design patterns. In my project, I have used design pattern to keep the code simple and organized as well. I use the factory pattern. Let me show you. I use the factory pattern to the iCore command and factory, where the interpreter asks the factory to create the correct command instead of creating it directly. The factory is implemented at the singleton, so only the one instance is used and the used in the whole entire program. I also use the command pattern because each boost command is own class implementing the icore commands, and which allows all the commands to be executed in the same way. Now let's move on. Um, let's move on. Um, Before moving on, so that you have got the latest build.dll. For doing that, I need to run my program. Let's run it, and here you can see when I click about, you can see that it shows the Boose and the Boose.dll is on here. Let's move on with the variables. When you replace a class, you must have written it yourself and not using my code, and not must using completely AI generated code. You need to explain it in your code in your demo. Okay. Replaced int class with your own code in your work. And okay, let's do the unrestricted int Boose. Let me go here. Unrestricted int Boose. Let's copy these, paste it here, and run this. Here you can see that it does work. If I do 170 comma 170 again and run this, it does work. Okay, moving on to the, okay, I've asked me to place the link to the image file, which I've already done, but let me show you the image file where I've done it only once. I can go here and see here inside the here for the int Boose unrestricted. You can see the pictures here. I've copied the link and pasted it here already, and I've done that for all of them, so let's just continue. Also, it asked me to do the same with the unrestricted reels. Then let's go to unrestricted reels, copy these, and do the same here. I could also use the clear command. Next time I'm gonna do that. Let's run this. It does work. Let's keep the width 12.0. Run this. Okay, you can see that it does work. Let's clear this and move on. I have done the similar and already pasted the link here. Let's move on with the unrestricted arrays. Here you can see the unrestricted, no, not this, unrestricted arrays. Let me copy this and paste it here and run it. You can see that it does work. Now I can just increase the book prices and it will work. Now moving on to the if, while, and for section. Implementing if with your own code. Okay, let's go. Let's do the unrestricted if Boose. Unrestricted. Okay, let me close this first. Open this unrestricted if. Copy this. Clear this. Paste it over here. Let me just. This doesn't matter, but let me just remove this and run this. If I do it 344 and run it, it does work. Okay, just clear this and go here. I've done the same and pasted the link here. implemented with your own code. Unrestricted files. Let me go to the unrestricted files over here. Unrestricted files. Copy this. We paste this here. We run this. It does work. Let's, instead of 50-50, let's do this 60-60. Okay, and run this. You can see that it has worked. Let's clear this. Let's move on. I pasted the link over here as already mentioned. Now for the unrestricted for does Boose. Unrestricted for does Boose. What I've done is again copied it, went to my and run this. It does work. I'm gonna do is make it very small. I'd make it half and run it. It does work. You can see that. Sorry. And similarly, I pasted the link here. I have implemented as with your own code and it works, producing the same outfit as the example image. Yes, it does work. Uh, Let me show you that. Let me show you. Oh, did I show last time the restricted one? Let me just show you the unrestricted one then. So sorry. See, you can see even with my own it does work. And I have pasted already the image here. Have you done anything that is additional and substantial? Yes, I. Oh, substantial. Uh, have you done anything substantial? It has asked, and yes, I have done. Uh, I have added a description box as an addition work. I have extended the write command so that it outputs both to the output panel and directly into the canvas. This matches the example screenshot with the values such as real numbers are uh, shown both appears in the canvas and the description box as well. Um, I did this by modifying the interpreted logic without changing the Boost language syntax as well. Now let's move on. It has asked if I use any AI. I use GPT, but as only as a support tool to help me debug the errors and understand the logic the better. Um, um, I have not used any library other than the standard library, and that's it for now. I understand that I must upload all my codes to Picket that I do. Thank you very much.